Hi, this is a continuation of my previous videos regarding expectations and basic information regarding the Ontario bar exam. In this video specifically, I will be talking about reading the material and how to highlight in order to be able to understand the material as much as necessary and be able to find it on the day of the exam when you're actually answering the questions. So for this, I have picked one of my binders, and this one is state planning, and I'm going to use this as an example to show you how I went through the material and took notes and highlighted. So one thing to keep in mind is that there is, as I mentioned earlier in the previous video, there is a lot of information, so it's a matter of finding what is important and how to take notes. What I found helpful that I will highlight here, number one is the material is divided into two columns and paragraphs on every page. So what I found very useful is for every paragraph to, beside it in a few words, to write down what that paragraph is specifically about. And so, for example, this subheading says client communications generally, and I went through and I highlighted what the paragraphs are about so that I can much easier narrow down the information that I need when I'm actually answering the questions. The other tip that I have is to use dividers that will divide the chapters. So when I go through the information and I'm actually looking for a specific topic, I will go and find the specific chapter in the table of contents and find the page number. However, just because of the sheer material amount of material that there is, this is actually a small chapter. It's about 130 pages, but there's other ones where it's about 400 pages, 450 pages. So I find it very useful to have these tabs. So once I know, for example, I'm looking for page 513 and it's on chapter 42, I flip to chapter 42 quickly and I'm able to find the specific page number much easier. The other method that I use in order to find the material is to highlight. However, I have to stress this, and I cannot stress this enough, but you have to highlight very sparsely and make sure that you have specific colors for specific things, because as I mentioned before, you're very time crunched when you're answering the questions on the bar exam. It's about 130 seconds to 140 seconds, a minute 30 seconds or a minute 40 for every question.